Welcome everyone to Morse Versum, where we talk about everything death metal. Today we're going to get into the topic of how to get into the beautiful world of death metal. So what is it? What band should you listen to? Where should I start? Why should you listen to me? All valid questions. So let's get into it. So I'm going to approach the topic of this video as if you're a friend of mine. You're just a normie and you come up to me and you ask me, all right, how do I get into death metal? So I'm going to give you some advice, some recommendations, and that's all this is really. None of this is definitive at always. Listen to what you like, allow your own taste to develop, and just go from there. I'm going to play some examples from artists and great bands that are in the genre. Each band I'm going to attempt to expose you to have a different flavor, if you will, of death metal. There's a million different subgenres that pertain to death metal, and I believe this is a good mix. So presumably you've already been listening to quote-unquote heavy music. Some of those bands might be Slipknot, Bring Me the Horizon, Born of Osiris, Sleep Token, other radio metal, if you will. Some people like to call that girlfriend metal. And that's not to disparage any girlfriends out there. There's plenty of women that listen to way heavier stuff than most guys, okay? That's just a stupid term that people use to classify those kinds of bands. And that's another thing. I'm not going to be one of those elitist pricks that are like, there's a wrong way. You're doing it wrong. Listening to these bands, you're not a true death metal fan or whatever the hell that means. Because every single person that you talk to, even like in super close friend groups, even in a lot of these bands, if you talk to the individuals in the bands, they have different tastes between them. So there's no really right or wrong way. I'm just trying to give you a launching pad to get yourself started. So I'm going to start out with a band to bridge the gap that I think is a lot of people's introduction to death metal naturally. I can't think of a better band to do that for you than the Black Dahlia.